Ahead of 2027 Nigerian elections, what are the challenges before Peter Obi? Will he be able to galvanize adequate support from the north and other geopolitical zones of Nigeria in order to take the mantle of the number one seat of power? Or will he be meeting with another defeat? The political landscape is a path that is filled with so many uncertainties, and Nigeria's political history is one that epitomizes this reality. From contending with candidates having divergent and sometimes fluid ideologies, and the unprecedented political defections of allies, to the complexities of party politics and more, there is only one way to describe politics in Nigeria, and that is war. Welcome to Politics and Powerplay. In this video, we will attempt a review of the political obstacles that await the Labour Party candidate of the 2023 Nigerian presidential elections in the person of Mr. Peter Obi, considering possible prospects and challenges ahead of 2027. Born on the 19th of July 1961 in the city of Onitsha, southeastern Nigeria, and now aged 63 years, the former governor had earlier seen a sharp rise in his political followership, having worked his way via some calculated move that would eventually place him among the top three political contenders for Nigeria's number one seat of power at that time. After his defection from the People's Democratic Party to the Labour Party in 2023, a move that not many of his political opponents took seriously at that time, Peter Obi will go on to become the leader and front-runner of what has become popularly known as the obedient movement. But will these antecedents prove strong enough to give him sufficient momentum to pull through the hurdles of a Nigerian election ahead of 2027? Well, to answer this question, let's begin with a retrospect of the 2023 elections, during which Peter Obi gained considerable support among the youth and from concerned Nigerian voters who had hoped for a break from the traditional two-party dominance of Nigerian politics. During the election, electoral observers have noted a regional success on the part of Mr. Peter Obi, concentrated mainly in the southeast and parts of the south and middle belt. Peter Obi's performance in 2023 has also been described by political analysts as lacking the widespread national appeal necessary to win the presidency, and linking this to his struggle to gain sizable support in most of the southwest and northern states. Now fast forward to the current state of the Nigerian nation under the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the political leadership of the APC. Will Peter Obi find a formula to defeat the Nigerian political algorithm, making his way to the number one seat of power in 2027? But first, let's talk about the prospects. The majority of Gen Zers, which make up about 20 to 25% of the Nigerian population, are believed to be with Peter Obi and have been seen to be highly optimistic of his presidency. Although this figure may not consistently cut across all geopolitical zones of Nigeria, but it no doubt has the potential of wielding a huge positive impact on Obi's performance in the future election. Again, with the recent political agitations in Nigeria, such as the End Bad Governance protest held in August 2024, the loud public outcry against hunger crisis and inflation in Nigeria, which are factors that are obviously playing in favor of Mr. Peter Obi, will all these amount to a further advancement of the obedient movement? Well, probably so, considering that Peter Obi's major campaign in 2023 was centered around economic transformation and job creation, an aspect that the Tinubu-led administration is yet to tackle effectively. In case you are interested in robust and unbiased political commentary on politics and power play in Nigeria, Kindly click on the subscribe and notification button to get an alert each time we publish a video. And so, as beautiful and interesting as these prospects are, it is equally important to keep in mind some challenges which Peter Obi must battle if he must win the presidential election in 2027. Having different persons laying claim on the party's chairmanship alongside defections of prominent founders, a factionalized and crisis-ridden Labour Party remains a major deterrent to Peter Obi in 2027. And will he defect again to another party, or will he be able to provide the leadership to put an end to the party's frequent crisis and strengthen the party's national presence? Added to this is the fact that the party is yet to command the kind of widespread presence that should provide the needed political structure for Obi's win ahead of 2027. And unfortunately, any move of defection might pose the picture of a highly inconsistent candidate on Obi's political career. Also, Peter Obi's political alliance with the North is still insignificant, and will he find a reliable and formidable alliance in the North despite failure to do so in 2023? In addition, will Nigerians be convinced enough of Peter Obi's integrity and capacity to deliver so as to defy previous patterns in Nigeria's political history and vote beyond the lines of ethnicity and religion? Peter Obi may also need to convince his critics of his performance as governor of Anambra, as most of his critics have argued that it was below average. Also, truth be told, almost every election has some degree of rigging and vote buying, but for Nigeria, it has been observed that several factors, including a slow justice system and a lack of adequate law enforcement agents to curb election violence, makes it easy for these things to happen. But will there be a different narrative to the inputs caused by these factors in 2027? Or could these odds be totally overhauled by some unforeseen Nigeria political event ahead of 2027? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to click the subscribe and notification button for more videos on politics and power play.